Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to work on a couple of pair of simple earrings using our SoftFlex Design Challenge Kit Halloween Hustle. Now these I think are going to be cute. I hope you like them. Let's turn down and we'll go up and we'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, we have two little piles of goodies here. One is for one pair of earrings and one is for the second. Let's slide this pair up here so they're not in our way right now, and we will work on these. So the first thing we need to do is, well, these little teeny weeny skeletons are going to go on the bottom. Then we're going to hook them on to our eye pins, and then we'll have not this one. So this is going to go like this with the green bead, and then we'll have this. This is the other spacer here, and we'll have the melon on top. And then, of course, it'll hook onto our ear wire. So let's start on this pair. The first thing we want to do is open our hoop on our loop on our eye pin. So we'll just open that up, slide our little skeleton on, and close it back up. Now we'll just slide our beads onto our wire here, starting with the green, this little hexagon style bead, our sugar skull, this hexagon again, and the melon. And this is our first one. Now because our ear wire goes this way, we need our loop to go this way, so we will just bend her over here, and then I'm going to get my stepped bell making pliers, go into the center here, over and around and down, and bring her around, leaving a gap because we are going to slide on our ear wire. Now this one has a definite front and back. This is our front, so we want to slide this on backwards so that when it flips around as it goes through, it turns around to the front, and then our little skeleton is right here. So then let's take a pair of pliers and grab right here where the wires come together. I use a second pair of pliers. You can do it with your fingers if you feel more comfortable that way. And we're just going to wrap this baby around here. Oops. Not sure I'm going to even need to trim anything here. It looks like we might get it all in here. Let's give it a little bit more tuck here. And just a touch more. And she's all in there. And there is our first earring. Now, I think that we have this wire over a little bit more because we want it to be exactly opposite. So there we go. Twist it a little bit. And there's earring number one. So we do exactly the same thing to make our second one. So let's open our loop up. Put our little skeleton on. Close it. Put our beads on just like we did before. Green, hexagon, sugar skull, hexagon, and the orange melon. So now we want to just turn this over. Bing. Put in our bell making plier. Up and over and around. Bring her over. Leave a gap for our ear wire. There we go. Feed our ear wire in backwards. Make sure our little skeleton is going the right way. Ear wire goes in. I don't think I left a big enough gap. Our ear wire doesn't want to go on. There it goes. Now we'll hold it where the wires come together and wrap her up. Now we should have just enough wire to tuck it in here. And be done. Now this looks like this loop turned a little bit, so we'll get our pliers in right here, right in the loop, and just twist it just a teeny touch to even it out. And there's earring number 2 with our tiny little skeletons. So that's our first pair of earrings done. Now let's start on our second. So we'll bring these back forward. Now we have, these are going to use our little ghosts. And we'll have so what we're going to do here is we're going to, well, go over there, take and put the ghost on our eye pin. Need to open it just a hair's breadth more. This ghost has a pretty big loop, so you might have to do some adjusting. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put on one of these, I call them chips, but I don't know what their technical name is. But that goes on the bottom. Then we're going to put on our trap. And then what we're going to put through it is this purple one. Then this big one here. Now normally I'd put something in it, but because this is a tight fit, and this rounded bead is going to slide sort of in the top of it, and it'll keep it from sliding around too much, I think. So once you've got your beads on, you have to carefully bring the wire down, your wire out of here, push it into place, and then push it through. So then it's going to sit like so. Now we'll put the other potato chip right here on top, and then this little hexagon guy. So there's is what it's going to look like. So we want to bend this over. Use our bell making pliers, go into the loop here, up and around and over, bringing her all the way across and leaving some space for the ear wire to go in. Now again, this one has a well, no, they're two-sided, so you can go either way with this. I am going to try when I do the second one to make sure that my ghost is going to be facing the opposite direction, so that they're not so they, so they face two directions instead of just the same one. Now that slid down a little bit, so I'm going to take my thumbnail and push it up. You can also do that with your pliers. If you're not comfortable with your thumb, doing it with your nail. Come here, you. Now that was trying to go over the one below it, so we had to fix that. It's bending pretty good here, so we're going to have to fix that too, but see how we're doing here. So we'll trim her right here. And then we're going to tuck it in. Now I'm going to have to hold it in order to tuck it. So, and then we'll have to see how straight it is and if we're going to need to make any adjustments, which we probably will because it looks like it from right here, what I'm seeing. Okay. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought it would be, but it is a little bit backwards. So we're going to straighten that a little bit. And there she goes. There's the first one. So now we'll do the exact same thing to make the second. So of course that first thing is to open up our eye pin here. And get our ghosty on. Let's see. Flip it over. As you'll recall, I was wanting it to go the opposite direction of the original. So we would go like so. So now we want our paper clip, our paper potato chip, and then our frame. And of course, like again, we don't go all the way through. We just go to here and slide our beads on. Then we have to carefully pull our wire back out, leave it right there in the howlite, push those things over here into the frame carefully so that they slide right to where the hole is. There we go. Now our other potato chip and the little hexagon nut thing there. So now we've got to remember we want our ghosty to be this way. So we need to make sure our hoops are going the right direction. Bend this baby over. Then we'll get our stepped bell making pliers again, stick them in here and over and around and bring it over, leaving a gap. And I think I might have bent it a little bit. If that's the case, though, we can fix it. Now we want our ghost to face this direction. So we'll feed our ear wire in backwards from here. Where are you? go up and over and around. And as he comes, there's our ghost going the direction we wanted it to. So we'll move this over to my other hand here. Grab this with the pliers where they come together, and then we'll start wrapping. Oops, that's trying to wrap it around its buddy. We don't want it to do that. Okay, I think it's time to trim the excess off here. And tuck this piece of wire in right here. Didn't quite get that tucked. So there we go. Okay, so let's see how we're doing here. We're a touch crooked, so we're going to straighten up. There we go. And there we go. There's our second earring. So there are our 2 pair of earrings made using our SoftFlex Design Kit Halloween Hustle. So there's our little skeletons. Here's our little ghosts. So here we go. This is our little skeletons, pair number 1. Aren't those cute? Now those are a little long. They're gonna be shoulder dusters, but they are so cute. So there we go. There are the skeletons with the sugar skulls. And that's pair number 1. And here are the little ghosts with the frames. That's pair number 2. Now these frames were in the strand as opposed to the bead mix. So, yeah, as were the potato chip spacers there. But the rest of it was out of the kit. Aren't those cute? I really like these ones. I think they turned out pretty. So anyway, there we go. There is our 2 pair of earrings using our SoftFlex Design Challenge Kit Halloween Hustle. Hope you enjoyed making these with me. And we will see you later. Bye-bye.